So I want to respond to this comment by Jen. First, thank you. I'm glad you get so much out of the videos. And Jen here says she's been giving up gluten and it's really helped a lot. And she's been 3 weeks without added sugar and is just eating fruit and is asking, will I ever not miss it? Fantastic question. I don't want to lie to you guys. Giving up sugar can be hard because sugar literally is biochemically addicting. Our brains get a rush when we eat sugar. And we've been trained to really love these sweet, really hyper palatable foods. We've been literally addicted to them. So it can be hard to give them up. It can take up to 4 to 6 weeks to retrain your palate to really adjust to more natural flavors and not miss that really strong hit of salty or sugary or highly processed, really fatty foods. But you are absolutely on the right track. I'm so glad that giving up the gluten has helped. And let me tell you, giving up the sugar is going to be a huge, huge bonus too, because sugar can be so inflammatory. Now, I love that you say, except you're just eating fruit, because fruit, on the other hand, is great. So when we say sugar, we don't mean anything that tastes sweet, but rather all the processed sugar, the high fructose corn syrup, the added sugar, the tons of sweetener we put in our coffee, even if it's agave syrup or these things, we don't want to over rely on them. That said, half a teaspoon of honey or a teaspoon of honey in your tea once a day, fabulous. I had one client, her trick for giving up sugar, whenever she felt a craving, she would literally dip the end of her spoon in some raw honey and just taste that and give her a little bit of sweetness on her tongue. But it wasn't like, oh my God, I need to eat a ton of it. So a little bit of honey is fine. Fruit is fantastic for you. So many phytonutrients. It's the added sugar that we really need to worry about. So again, huge congrats on both giving up the gluten and really fighting that sugar addiction. It is hard, but it is so, so worth it. And yes, you will retrain your palate, but it can take a little longer. You may need a couple more weeks. Like I said, most people find some people it's quick. Other people, it's like about 4 to 6 weeks to really retrain your palate to like less intensely flavored things and more subtle flavors. But the great thing is, a lot of people told me once they make that transition, food tastes fantastic. Like they taste the subtle flavors. They appreciate different nuances rather than just sweet, salty, savory, things like that. So congrats, Jen. Again, so glad you get a lot out of the videos and keep going. You're doing a fantastic job.